Welcome back, everyone. You're probably not mowing your lawn very much right now, and you're probably not mad about it either. But that doesn't mean your work in the yard is over for the year. In this week's Next to Nature, we learn why treatments now can help prevent a growing problem in the spring.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Next to Nature this week, and we're talking about lawn care with Dr. John Long this week, and now is really a good time to start treating your lawn to get it really prepared for the spring.
That's right. A lot of people don't really think about, all they can think about during the summer is mowing their grass, right? We just want to get to the fall where we don't have to get out there in the heat and mow and weed eat and things like that. But if you really want good lawn care, then you need to really think about preparing your lawn for the fall, and that comes in of trying to kill those weeds that are going to be coming up during the fall. And this time of year is October's a great time to be spraying for those weeds. First of all, you want to identify what kind of weeds you have in your yard.
Yeah, very important.
A lot of time it could be chickpea. We were talking about what we call briars in your yard. Other things like that, but really determining what you have in your grass is really going to be what type of pre-emergent herbicides you're going to use. And pre-emergent being before those weeds even getting established, you want to get ahead of them. Get them out of your grass, because that's going to make it a lot healthier in the spring when it starts to come back up.
And you made a good point there. Pre-emergent is key,
right?
In finding the treatment.
Right.
Now, we've been in a drought.
Right.
Does that have an impact on what you would use or how you would use it? Or
not really. And like I said, if you go back and you really look at your grass and you think, well, you know, last year I noticed this type of weed coming up, so I'm really going to, again, get ahead of the game. You may determine, well, I don't have that much, and I'm not really going to spend the money to do it. And that's another thing, cost. How much money do you really want to put into it, you know? A lot of times people have weeds, they don't even know they're in their grass, you know.
That's true.
And you just don't identify it as such. And it really boils down to, if you're happy with the way it looks, then don't worry about it. But if you're willing to make that type of investment and you really want to make your grass more prolific, this is one of the ways you want to do it.
Now, pre-emergence, is that a liquid, or is it like would you need like a spreader, or what type of equipment might you need?
So most of the things you're going to find is going to be a foliar application being liquid. I talked to a gentleman last spring, and he was talking about, well, I need to get out and spray my grass. I said, well, first you determine what you've got, like I said, but then when you find out that chemical, then you need to find a way to evenly distribute it across your grass. And I asked him, I said, well, do you have a lawnmower? He said, yes. I said, well, do you have a sprayer that you can pull behind your lawnmower? He said, yes. I said, well, pull it behind the lawnmower. You want to make sure that you're running at the same rate of speed, and the lawnmower is great for that, because you can set it, and that spreads the chemical more evenly across the grass. So if you have a way of doing that, that's ideal. If you don't, a backpack sprayer, you know, a little pump sprayer. Now, you obviously don't want to do 3 acres with a pump sprayer.
No.
But all that would be determined by the size of yard you have. That being said, you can do small areas of grass with a pump sprayer, with, you know, things like that. But on a larger basis, find a friend that has a yard sprayer and hook that up to your lawnmower and spray away.
Just let it ride.
But there's another thing you can do too.
Okay.
Another thing we don't like to think about, or most of us don't like to think about, is raking leaves. Going back to the lawnmower, if you can mulch those leaves, mulching those leaves and leaving them on the ground returns that organic matter back into the ground, as opposed to letting it just sit over the fall months and letting it rot naturally. If you go over there and stir those leaves up and tear them up, it's going to make it a lot easier to decompose, and it's going to give you a really good organic fertilizer base for your grass as well. So you want to think about that.
That is a good idea.
Another way, yeah. So that's a good fall prep that you can use too.
And all the pine straw you can use for your flower beds.
You can. Mulching for your flower beds, and that's a cheap alternative. You don't have to go get a pine mulch. You can go get pine straw, mulch your flower beds, and that'll help you out as well.
There you go. All right, thanks, Dr. Long. Thank you for joining us this week on Next to Nature. We'll see you back here again next week.